This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive On-Location in New York City. I have Steve Squires, Quantum Materials. It's a publicly traded company, QTMM. Steve, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley, for having me.
It's good to have you. Give our audience an overview of Quantum.
Quantum Materials is really a cutting-edge nanomaterials company with a big focus on developing quantum dots, which are atomic crystals, and they're a phosphor replacement. So there's a lot of applications today. I think we're going to really focus on how they can enhance displays.
So what is your number one application?
Today, our number one application is definitely displays, and so that would include everything: computer displays, TV displays, mobile devices, cell phones. Virtually anything that has a display can be enhanced with our materials.
Let's stick with enhanced. Where is it coming from and where is it going to? Because you're talking about generally every single visual display in the universe, aren't you?
Absolutely. So today, the color from every display is created by red, green, and blue phosphors. Those phosphors are really limited in how pure the color that they can deliver to your screen. So with the quantum dots, we have much more pure color. We refer to it as full width half max. So it's just a very narrow emission. So you got to think that in your display, every color that you see is created by just these three primary colors: red, green, and blue. The more pure those are, then the more pure all the other colors that they make will be.
Steve, please give me an explanation of the development of this technology and what's proprietary in and of itself.
Sure. Well, we certainly can't take credit for inventing the quantum dot, but I think what we've been able to do is, through our patent portfolio, really be able to produce these materials at a low cost and high volume, and take what was once a novelty material and make it a commodity that can now be translated into a large number of devices, really enhance the viewing quality.
So does your technology raise the price of a display, or how does the additional new technology affect the cost to consumers, for instance?
Yeah, I think that this really revolutionary aspect of this material is, up until now, the only way you could get really pure color quality was by buying an OLED display. And those have always been very high-end, very expensive displays, so it was really kind of only the wealthy man's toy. What this does is we integrate these materials into LCD flat panels, which is really the low end. It's what most people buy. It's what you would typically see at Best Buy. And then those displays provide the same viewing quality as an OLED, but with a far lower price point.
So what's the business model? Are you licensing the technology to OEMs, or are you going into the display manufacturing yourselves?
No, we're certainly not going in the display manufacturing ourselves. What our focus is trying to find the fastest way to integrate this into these platforms. And so what we're looking at is primarily integrating these quantum dots into an existing layer of film that's already in LCDs. So this makes it very easy for almost any LCD manufacturer to overnight take their normal LCD and enhance its quality to be the same or very close to what an OLED is.
So are we talking about the big TV manufacturers?
Yeah, absolutely. This quantum dots will be embraced by all major consumer electronics manufacturers, and in fact, we're engaged with the vast majority of the brand names that you would see in stores today.
So we're going beyond high def now, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of new technology out there that I might not totally be aware of, and I'm sure the rest of the public isn't either. By what period of time will your technology be available to consumers?
Today there's already some very limited number of quantum dot displays in the marketplace. With our ability to produce these materials at a lower cost and higher volume, we really think that they're going to see broad appeal and broad reach. So I would think by mid to late 2016.
So how did this technology embryonically become developed? What was the need? And now, going forward, why is it so important to the industry?
Well, I think today it's really important to the industry because they're bringing more high-definition displays onto the market, and because the content that is being produced is able to project these vivid colors and this high definition. So basically high definition means you're adding more pixels to the screen, and so as you're having more pixels, it becomes even more important that the color is pure. Otherwise, you start to get the bleed between the pixels, and you don't really see that that advantage that you think you paid for. So it's just really industry driven. The industry set some targets for being able to enhance the color quality. So they're driving it, but this is the only material that satisfies that requirement.
I have to ask you about patent protection, your portfolio, first mover advantage, and competitive blocks to coming into the market.
Yeah, well, this particular space, from a patent point of view, is very filled with patents, although they're controlled by really a relatively small group of people. We feel like we have a very strong patent position. I would say collectively we have over 40 patents that we either own outright or that we have exclusive licenses on. And we really have focused a lot of our patent portfolio on the ability to produce them at high volumes, low cost, and provide really high quality. And I think that's really what differentiates us from our competitors and what will, allow us to be more effective as a supplier to the display manufacturers.
So now let's get some more information out there to our audience. So please give us your website.
Sure. The website is www.qmc.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Squires, Quantum Materials. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is QTMM. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive On Location in New York City. Steve, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate it.
You got it.